War leaves marks that are beyond emotional repair. War is treacherous and taxing. It destroys lives, regardless who wins or loses. Pain, sorrow, atrocity are all that's left behind in the end. Resources, money, land, religion, ideology, spite, selfishness, greed, self-preservation, fear, love, or just because are all enough to start war. War will never cease to exist. So long as humanity exists, so long as people are people, war is necessary and a vital excuse that is both intentionally and unintentionally forever intertwined with those who claim to declare it so their own can live in peace. These two nexuses cannot be separated by. Where there are winners, there are losers. Where there is light, there is dark. Where there are victors, there are the defeated. Where there is joy, there is pain, whenever war is involved. But that is human nature, and it pursues strife regardless of time or era. The words I speak unto you are all things that those who have been burning, living life through the ripples of these eyes have come to realize. Indeed, those who are enlightened unto a greater understanding of man and themselves are more in line and in thought with the divine. In mind, body, spirit, actions, and words. Which is why to ordinary people, their words, actions, feelings, and belief are beyond simple comprehension. But they unfortunately, more than any of us, have been chosen and cursed to wield such godlike power and to carry such an immense burden, for they are literally forced to look for a solution to a never-ending cycle of pain and torment that man inflicts on one another. A solution that they are forced to enact whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not. Unlike regular people, they are burdened with the unreal power to genuinely make a change. What I've just told you are all the thoughts and feelings and beliefs of those who have wielded these eyes before me and before you. The beliefs of Otsuki Hagoromo, the thoughts of Uchiha Madara, the feelings of Uzumaki Nagato, the experiences of Uchiha Obito, the understanding of Uchiha Sasuke. This is the eye that showed them a different path than those who came before them. What I've been saying is not coincidence. What I'm explaining to you is the exact same thing that Nagato tried to tell Jiraiya, the same thing that Momoshiki has told Boruto. Those who possess the power of the gods or defeat gods can no longer remain ordinary individuals. It comes a time where you must take on the responsibility of a god. And in that, your thinking, your entire lifestyle will revolve around that of a god. Things just become absolute. これが神の力を。これが神の目。Rinnegan. Okay, so what is the Rinnegan? The Rinnegan is the most noble, prolific, exalted, and rare of the three great dojutsu, those being the Byakugan, Sharingan, and Rinnegan, in that order, from least to greatest. The Rinnegan translates to Samsara Eye, which was once wielded by the Rikudo Sennin, better known as Hagoromo Otsuki, the sage of the six paths. What makes the Rinnegan so special despite its very simple ripple pattern, contrary to the Mangekyo Sharingan or the Sharingan, is quite literally it gives you powers of the divine, powers of the gods. When wielding a Rinnegan, you unlock the ability to use all chakra natures and are granted the power of the six paths. Then again, question begs, what are the six paths? The six paths are based on the six paths powers of Samsara and Buddhism. They go in counterclockwise order from strongest to weakest. The order follows the Deva path, the Asura path, the human path, the animal path, and the Naraka path. Right, so we all know the six paths of pain, the original six paths of pain. are all people that Jiraiya met in his journey fulfilling the great Lord Elder's prophecy, right? So is it like, I'm just thinking, right? The dude that's for the Naraka path, which is pretty much the lowest like tier you can get in the 6 paths. That's like the tier you don't want to be at. These dudes that Nagato fought and killed, presumably, did he extremely like, was that the dude he liked the least because he put him in the lowest tier? Like, what was the significance of putting those specific corpses in those specific categories, in those specific powers of the 6 paths? Because according to the hierarchy, the Naraka path is the lowest, and of course Yahiko is the highest, the strongest path, the most powerful path. Of course, you all know the Diva path is literally the most iconic path due to the body being the most durable and being made from the corpse of Yahiko, Kuna and Nagato's best friend who started the Akatsuki. The Diva path, better known as Tendo Pain, grants you or the body you control to control the laws of attraction and repulsion, push and pull. Pretty much like Darth Vader from Star Wars. I also forgot to mention, his probably is one of the most broken abilities. He has the ability to throw a orb that has it starts out pretty small, but the gravitational pull is so damn strong, it will literally start pulling the surface of the ground off the ground into the core to make a small fucking moon. It's pretty much what I want to do to all these goddamn TikTokers. I want to just Chibaku Tensei them into a small fucking planet. Next is the Asura path, known as Shirato. The Asura path allows augmentation of a body and fully weaponizes and mechanizes itself. It can shoot rockets, drills, small cannons, blades attached to it. Very dangerous. Pretty much anything you can think of. It can also grow 2 faces on the side of each side of its head for extra intel and vision. Next up is the human path, also known as Rinnegan. It can read minds of anyone whose hand it places on a person's head. But what really makes the human path so dangerous is anybody who it touches can pull out your damn soul. Like, he can just fucking like pull out your soul. Like you know, like on some Mortal Kombat shit, he can just pull out your soul. It doesn't matter. I hope you don't owe this dude no money, because at that point you should just be using that money to arrange your funeral. The human path is also very sneaky and stealthy, considering he was able to completely ambush and take Shizune hostage in front of like 6 people without any of them noticing, and a few of them were like Yamanaka members, like a sensory clan. The clan specializes in mind reading and sensory, so it's like they didn't even notice him, and he's just chilling and he just like ambushed them without anybody noticing. However, unlike the Yamanaka clan though, the human path doesn't need any prep time or device to directly read minds and gather information. It took him about 5 seconds to read Shizune's mind before snatching her soul and killing her. Next path is the animal path, also known as the predator path. The animal path has the ability to do exactly what it stated: summon an unlimited amount of animals to aid the summoner. It has chakra rods and the Rinnegan within its eyes as well, and no matter how many summonings you have active at one time, you are still able to share vision with all of them. The animal path is the path Nagato originally used against Jiraiya, perhaps because the animal path is usually strong enough to take care of most threats, whereas when you just summon animals, it minimizes the risk of the paths of pain getting physically injured, considering at least half of the pains are relatively fragile and can be easily taken out with a single punch from Naruto, and was taken out by a single Rasengan from Konohamaru. And Jiraiya temporarily blinded the human path by just really kicking him like really hard in the face. Oh my god, like I can't stop like laughing at this. Like, Jiraiya kicked the living shit out of the fucking human path. Like, he kicked him so hard. Like, bro, it's even worse in the manga, bro. He like fucking destroyed this dude. The 5th pain is the predator path. The predator path has the ability to absorb all jutsus into a bottomless pit. Like, it doesn't matter what jutsu it is, except genjutsu. If it's a physical jutsu, it can be absorbed, and there's pretty much no limit to how much it can absorb. The predator path absorbed oil and fire when going against Jiraiya. it absorbed a sage Rasen Shuriken from Naruto. It's pretty useful. It absorbed acid when Utakata was fighting the 6 paths. And lastly, but not least, of course, we have the Naraka Path, which is literally translates to the King of Hell. And you know that giant mouth thing that he summons out the ground? Yeah, that's like the king of the underworld, like the King of Hell. Not to be confused with the Reaper of Death, though. It can be summoned using specific Uzumaki created hand seals. That's an Uzumaki Jutsu. The King of Hell is a Rigaru Sennin Jutsu, a 6-path Jutsu. Now, to me, in my opinion, I think the Naraka Path is pretty much the most clutch pain to have, because it can like literally revive anything or anybody. It doesn't really matter. I'm not really sure on the time frame of when it can like revive, but you know, it has to be something decent, considering pretty much whenever it revives anybody, they're revived in a pretty quick manner. Like, they were picked up by the animal path and put inside the mouth of the King of Hell, and after that they just were like brand new body parts and everything, after just getting like ran over by Utakata when he was in his version 2 cloak state. Like, you can kill somebody, you just toss them into the King of Hell, it eats them, chews them up, opens them out, and they come back brand new, fixed body parts, pretty much anything you can think of. It's possibly the most valuable pain behind the Diva. I'm not sure which one I would say is more valuable. I think in terms of team utility or being able to bring value to the team, in my opinion, the Praetor Path is probably the most valuable, considering it can pretty much bring any pain that's damaged on like the battlefield back to life. But I'd also notice that's a consistent attack style Nagato will bring out. He'll bring out the animal, also a human path as like the front line, or like the first like light level assault formation, where the more valuable paths of pain sit in the back and let the more expendable pains do the hard work, even though they can be particularly fragile. We also saw this in the fight of Jiraiya and Utakata. Utakata killed 2 paths, and they were brought back to life by the Naraka path, who wasn't injured. We also saw that the Naraka path brought back the animal, the Praetor path, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Nagato only brought the 3 expendable pains out when he saw that Jiraiya was going to be a much tougher fight. He brought all 6 out. Same thing happened with Utakata. We also seen that whenever, and typically Pain's game plan is like just to overwhelm you, because then pretty much nobody really knows the abilities of the Rinnegan. So that really works into his favor, which is why he pretty much never loses a fight. I wouldn't even say he lost a fight against Naruto. He pretty much just forfeited that fight, because he had Naruto captured. He only got out when he transformed into the Nine Tails. Then he got pretty much rolled. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have on the the abilities of the Rinnegan. I do want to do an extra video of the mental effects and, you know, little intrinsic things about the Rinnegan that you might not have known. I'll save that video for like another time and stuff like that. I just right now wanted to get the base abilities of the Rinnegan out. You can share vision with all of them. All paths are linked in vision, so think of like having 12 cameras at once, being able to see all 12 cameras at once. It's pretty broken. Laws of attraction, repulsion, weaponized mechanical pain. One can read minds and snatch souls. The other can bring pains anybody back from the dead. The other one can absorb jutsu. The other one can summon animals. They're just broken. A really broken ability. Oh, also I forgot to say, one of the things about the Naraka is he'll ask you a question, and he'll like give the King of Hell will reach out and grab your tongue, and if you lie to the King of Hell, it will snatch your tongue out your mouth, which is crazy. That is just insane. So many different powers this dude has, and it's kind of ridiculous because them powers alone make him like a top 20 strongest character in my opinion, at least top 20. You know, I'm a little bit biased, so I'll probably put like top 15, but still top 20 definitely. Like, and he only ever had like the Rinnegan abilities, and he just fucking stomped over everybody. And honestly, I should do a video about let me know if you want to see that, a video on what if Nagato was never crippled. You know, everything happened, but he wasn't physically impaired. That would be a pretty crazy video. But yeah,